as a teenager, as 15 years old, is there a lot of things out there? Because we hear it, and we hear it bad from the press. Maybe it's inflated, maybe not, and that's kind of where I want to ask you: is there a lot of distractions as a 15-year-old?
Well, of course, there's plenty of distractions. There's things to like take your mind off of it. Of course, like our social media is Netflix. I mean, trust me, I'm all over social media and Netflix, but it can really slow you down and just you can slowly convince yourself that you won't that you just it's not as important to execute what your plan was. You're just like, I'll just do this instead, and it can totally throw off your potential, which isn't what your initial plan was.
So you said that social media, Netflix, video games. I'm sure is video games were really coming in when your dad and I were teenagers. They were really coming into fruition. They were really happening, but they weren't what they are today. But that doesn't mean they weren't distractions. They were just something that we did. Obviously, we watched a lot of TV, sports, some of those different things. Some of them aren't distractions. Some actually may build you a little bit. Is How much is there such a thing as some of those good things can be too much?
Well, of course. I've found myself. I'm not saying I'm not like a victim of any of this, but have found myself. I've started playing a game on my PlayStation, and then before I know it, my mom calls me up for dinner, and it's been like 2.5 hours, and I don't even know where the time went. And it totally just, I wouldn't say I wasted that time just because I was relaxing, but that time's just gone, and it, just like that takes off. So you can easily get wrapped up into that stuff and just focus, and then you don't even know where the time goes. And that's when it becomes a problem.
Have you ever set yourself in standards? Have you ever set yourself to a point that says, I'm only going to play it for this amount of time? Or how have you been able to figure out what to do to prevent yourself from, it's no different as an adult. If you guys are out there and someone's told you, oh, why are you playing those video games all the time? We're distracted as much as anybody. All right. And so young men, young women, Jordan, that's going through this, how have you been able to say, I'll only do it for an hour? How have you been able to prevent that distraction?
Well, I am a person who likes to visualize things, so I will legitimately write my schedule down on paper, minute by minute, of what I need, what I want to accomplish. So I'll say, I get home at this time, I'll change, I'll go relax for this amount of time, watch something on TV. This time I'm going to do homework, dinner, and then I can have the rest of the night to just do whatever I want. And once you see it and figure out that you have a solid hour and a half, 2 hours of just whatever you want to do, it's a lot easier as opposed to just adding, 5 more minutes wouldn't kill or 10 more minutes wouldn't kill, but that quickly adds up. So once I've written it down on paper right before school lets out, I come home, do it, and I don't find myself getting wrapped up in anything. So
that's awesome. So you've learned the ability to schedule your time. And if you're out there listening, this is a huge, huge point that most of us don't learn till years and years down the road. And I know several people in their 40s and 50s and even 60s that don't know how to schedule their time. They don't know how to look at their time through a daily process. And what Mr. Jordan just said, he gets free time that he can spend doing the things he wants because he puts his priorities into a daily schedule, and then he's got plenty of time to go out there and do things. So